Hello everyone and welcome back to Fableheim and the return of the Supreme Necromancer. We resume where we left things off last time in the second floor. We have felled the Keymaster and we move on with our lives. We have decided to go this direction so that we can encounter the cultists Kion and move along, scurry around the outside to the right. Unfortunately, that does put us on a rather direct path to the end, but, you know, what does a man gotta do to get some cultists? This, apparently. So we're going in against a Dwarven Berserker, Dwarven Warrior, Dwarven Alchemist, and Dwarven Traitor. Trader, not traitor. And we're bringing the Black Widow with us for the very first time in an attempt to negate some of the wards and blocks that have irritated us in the past. Of course, our good old Banshee with her second slipper is now healing. And I would just like to remind you all that I have lost, well, countless Black Widows, really. So if she dies, or a horrible death, it's not my fault. That's what I'm getting at. Not my fault. I guess we're getting rid of your stuff. Now, the Dwarven Berserker, again, not ideal for sanity damage, but we're going to see if we can make it work. Now, if we start struggling, if we begin realizing that we can't actually do this, then we'll just make a team that kills people. Really the only other option that there is. What is this? It's not that bad. Now, I was thinking about bringing out the Solo Dhampir. The Solo Yolo Fallen Dhampir. We experienced a bit of her soloing last time. She is excellent and powerful. Powerful, excellent, and powerful. But I am afraid that one bit of her survivability, which is an insane amount of armor granted to her by the Boiling Blood, would be removed by the Alchemist permanently, and that she would be quite vulnerable to the Berserker's damage. So, methinks she no fight here. For now. So we'll see when the Dhampir gets another chance. There are two characters, really, that I'm afraid of regarding the solo idea on this floor. One of them is here, the Alchemist. Being able to purge all armor is not good for survivability of a character that's relying on it. Do we kill it? Think we can? We might be able to kill this one. If we really roll well, this is a dead one. Quick maths. I was off by 28. That's why I called quick maths. Ow, that hurt. I forgot that hurt so much, but what he does is he spends...
I suppose it would have been boring otherwise.
So that's why you don't do stress damage against the Berserkers. And now he has a ward. Life sucks. I'm gonna remove the ward with the spider. Again, I don't feel like I did enough with the spider to warrant her being here. I do have 2 block, which is really convenient. So lessons that I'm learning. I'm learning a few. Lesson 1. I still don't like the Black Widow. No matter how powerful she is or isn't, I just can't get her to work.
Dust to dust.
It is going to be really convenient here when she gets rid of, when she strips the ward of this traitor. I don't really have a way to save him either, which is the worst part. And besides retreating. Actually, I do have a way to save him. but I can't do it.
Speed of thought.
Did that not help? No, it didn't. Please don't die, Unfrozen. I need you. Okay. Okay.
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
Please. Please hide. So the way that I save... Ow. The way that I save the Unfrozen here is by putting him behind the traitor, the Black Widow, and having the Black Widow go into a cocoon. That's how I save him.
Speed of thought.
That way I kill the Black Widow and not the Unfrozen. And if you're wondering if it's worth it, the answer is yes. So this went about as well as I was expecting, honestly. Actually, it went a little poorly. Aha, I told you.
My hordes are without number.
I told you. I knew it. How do I kill you? I don't. You're missing no sanity. Alright, we have one option. Miss. That's it. Miss. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Mine is the winning side.
Ooh. Starting off with a clenched butt cheek there. Alright. Alright. Have we learned our lesson yet? Maybe. I've lost count of which Dark Knight this is, but I am going to give him some good things. Now, this could be risky, but I would like to remind you that the Dark Knight is our most durable of durable lads. So,
to him, the world is as hollow as his armor.
We definitely need to make sure that he is tanky. We need to try and give him the best that there is. Receives a debuff. Yes, that one. And then this one. Should I try this one? No, right? I do so many debuffs.
Serve me well, my minion.
Now, the question is... Well, 9 initiative I think is enough. I don't want to put more points in there. Because I want some durability. I want to negate everything. The world is my oyster to negate. There's actually, these stat alignments remind me a lot of our last Dark Knight. And I am, of course, very concerned for our Unfrozen's life. So we'll have to see what we're fighting next. Luck. More luck. What's next? The Sacrificial Altar. Let's see what this is. I guess the bride's going. Yeah, okay. Bye, bride. I'll miss you. The Phantom Claw. Oh, the Wraith only item. The Wraith receives +5 evasion for each block or ward applied. This is an interesting item that I've never really used. So, I mean, you know, when in Rome, if you have the item. Now, the reason why this would be powerful is the Wraith, of course, begins with 2 block and 2 ward. So that's beginning with +20 evasion. If I'm pretty sure this might not be true. I'm trying to remember. I think it is. If you evade an attack while you possess... So, for example, let's say the Berserker swings his axe at me. If I evade it, even though I have block, I'm pretty sure I keep my block, right? The block isn't negated if I roll an evasion on it. That might not be true. Ooh, level 6 Dhampir. even. So we probably want... I mean, honestly... What do we want? Probably more healing, honestly.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
They are, yeah. I think we go with more HP. More initiative. ¿Por qué no los dos? Some evasion. The Dhampir can get in a remarkable amount of evasion. We can max this to 5. So we can have 12 more. Which brings us to 34. And then we start stacking it with this. Which is another 12. 46. So it's basically a 50-50 on whether she takes damage or not. But I'm pretty sure this battle... This is the same battle we've been fighting. So if I do fight this, we're going to encounter the same problem we had earlier. The Alchemist is going to be able to strip me of my armor. And I don't know if that's enough to... I mean, I have 12 armor. Am I really relying on that 12 armor? What else is happening in this fight? This is a pretty sketchy fight. Am I building the abode? Probably the second mortuary, right? I think it's the second mortuary. Oh, something I forgot to talk about last time, by the way. I did link the...
Infused with soul.
Anyone else need to heal? Banshee can heal for one more. I did link the hotfix in the video itself. What's happening? But I did forget to mention that there was something I discovered when the hotfix was released. I think we just go. 12 armor isn't enough to really make or break this, right? Oof. We're going to find out. Because none of these can stun. I checked. And that's what really is going to count here. Alright. Yolo Solo Dhampir, let's go. I believe in you. Let's go. Bring her home. Show them what's what. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to target the Alchemist. No, I'm going to target the Warrior. No, the Alchemist. No, the Warrior. Warrior. Now, the downside here to this is that there are a lot of blocks and wards in play. Which means I'm not going to be healing. But that's not the end of the world, really. Because he's buffing me.
Terror will overflow.
Like, I'm buffing him every time he hits. But he's buffing me every time he hits. You're already insane. Aw, look at that. He only has 6 left. Give him a ward. Great dog. Alright, so that's another issue we have with this build. But thanks for the full health, bro. I appreciate it. So... I could just kill this. He's going to do a lot of damage to me. Okay, so he's out of sanity. The ward's kind of annoying.
Your frail bodies fail you.
I'm trying to think how best to approach this. And honestly, I don't know. The blocks are very irritating. More so than I thought they would be. We have a lot of armor, though. He actually hasn't removed my armor yet. Is that unintended? Thanks for the health. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. I am a little afraid now of just being shot repeatedly, though.
Now that's gonna leave a mark.
That was 123. I am getting stronger. By a lot. Oh, there goes my armor. Good hit, though. So now the question is, how much damage am I going to take to this shot? 25? And that's a lot, but it's not a lot. At least I'm healing off this guy.
Your frail bodies fail you.
I love this build so much. So anyway, while this is playing itself out, the thing that I learned in the hotfix that I linked in the last episode was that whenever we are looking at the character the difficulty selection, if you have only beaten good always wins, you'll notice that there is a 1 on the Eternal Harvest. Now that 1, what that looked like to me, to my veteran video game eyes, was like a Greater Rift level from Diablo, which is, if you aren't familiar with Greater Rifts, they are infinitely scaling difficulties, basically. And so what I saw with my veteran eyes, he's gonna get away. You little sod. Can I actually kill you? Just flat out. Yep.
Your frail bodies fail you.
So, what I saw with my veteran video games eyes, that 1, to me, meant multiple levels of difficulty. But I was like, there's no way they have multiple levels of difficulty. Am I going for the Finger of Death? Kind of want more artifacts, honestly, because we have terrible artifacts.
The formulae reveal their secrets.
Then I think we're going for, or brains. We need brains too. I'm so committed to alchemy. And in the hotfix, let me see if I can pull it up real quick on my end. Don't go away. Did it go away? I don't know. So after finishing the difficulty level, I keep clicking the wrong button. I'm sorry. After finishing the difficulty level, good always wins. Good always wins. All 5 available levels of Eternal Harvest will be unlocked. This is implemented according to the request of the players. Skull emoji. When I read that, I was just kind of like, you what, mate? 5 levels of Eternal Harvest.
Finally, this item finds its way into my capable hands.
Which is more useful here, just random damage or mana? Probably random damage. The Shade restores mana for us. So that's terrifying. We probably want health, right? More than attack and dread. I feel like health has more value.
It embellishes my undead features.
And I need to start spending some of these consumables. So, yeah. If you were curious, there is an infinitely scaling level of difficulty for Eternal Harvest. I don't know why I'm surprised. That terrifies me. It scares me. I'm scared of no man, but that thing scares me. Ooh. 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 Is there a minion whose ability we want to really ignore blocks and wards? The Shade already does. So not really, right? I mean, worst case scenario, we just use the Shade. Well, the Shade can only remove stress. So worst case scenario, if we're really struggling, we have the Unfrozen to throw an ice pick through blocks.
All for my future kingdom.
Double Berserker. Why is there an Alchemist all the time? Double Berserker. Excuse me. Double Warrior Berserker. Alchemist. I think the Yolo Dhampir has a place again. We're going to keep the Unfrozen healing and throw the Banshee in Zerina. Actually, wait a minute. How much do you have to heal? Because I'm going to calcine or distill here. One of these days I'll remember which is actually correct.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
Alright. Now losing armor here, again, to the Alchemist will suck, but let's see. I'm pretty confident. We do have to get through these 2 blocks, but I'm... Oh, ye sods. That's fine. I'll just drive these guys insane. Getting through their armor is not that... Or their block is not that much. So anyway, now that we have a while to talk, let's talk, shall we? 5 levels of Eternal Harvest is way more than I thought there was going to be. Ow. Take that. That was actually not a whole lot. Are you feeling okay, Miss Dhampir?
I need you to,
you know, hit them. And heal a lot. Remember, we have to take a few hits for our damage to really scale up. So, it will come with time. So I'm curious, what would you like to see with... Why do you keep critting? I don't like it. I do like that, though. That's actually not good for me at all. Because if he does that again, I'm just dead. So I think I just kill him. Oh, I can't reach him! I think I just kill him. He's the only thing dealing damage to me here, so... So I guess the way it used to be is that you'd have to unlock each floor one at a time, right? That makes the most sense. That still makes the most sense to me. I'm not entirely sure why the community was really that concerned about it. I may get rid of his armor. Remember, the Dwarven warriors spend their armor to deal additional damage, so it's important to keep that in mind. Ha! That was his armor removal thing. So, I'm not quite sure if it's going to apply to this save file, because this was before the hotfix went in. We made this campaign.
Enough left to reanimate.
If I'm using if, I do want to beat the game and good always wins, again. But for the Eternal Harvest series, do you want to see me, like, go straight into rank 5, or kind of, like, progress through the Eternal Harvest experience? That's the question that I have for all of you. You can let me know what you think. Honestly, I'm a little scared because I have no idea how it scales. Like, I'm just assuming that it's like a stat inflation sort of thing, which horrifies me without end, really. Can I kill you? Quick maths. 3 times 30 is 90. 5 times 19 is close to 100, and if I crit, you die. Okay. Sure, let's try it.
My kingdom comes.
All right. See, quick maths. So, can I call her the Yolo Solo Dhampir? Is that what we've arrived at? I'm having a lot of fun with this build. Now remember, this can go really wrong. This is not without its flaws. It's just that I make it look good. Let's be serious.
Sad display for mortal kind.
I make her look good. But we all know that it can go horribly wrong. Okay, so the question is, do we go this way? I don't really want to fight an elite squad. So the difference here is if we go to the right, we have cultists now, which doesn't really affect us, I don't think. I mean, we get the Heart of Emptiness. Then we have a battle, sacrifice, battle, grave. If we go this way, we have a sacrifice, elite squad battle, quest, battle, cultist, battle, grave. That's one more battle. Ah, dear. I'm gonna do it. What do we want to sacrifice? What are we sacrificing today? A vampire? Why not?
Welcome to my breathless ranks, Night Mistress.
There is actually a quest regarding the vampires. And it's like recruiting them to your side. Goodbye. Ooh. At the start of combat, all enemies must pass a sanity check. Ooh. Alright, what do we got? Elite Warrior, Elite Berserker, Elite Geomancer, Elite Musketeer. I don't know if that can be YOLO soloed. Hey, maybe it can. The Musketeer's kind of weak, from what I recall. How much do I have on them? Not much. Targets lose all initiative and evasion. Well, that's not good. Reduced accuracy, Elite Geo. We haven't fought a Geo yet. It buffs allies. He has a 20% chance to stun. And he's probably not going to use that ability, though, right? And he has to be in the first row for that? Or is it the last row? Is it inverted for them? I can't remember. It looks weird. This is a physical attack that makes you lose armor into resistance. And you just do a lot of damage. And you do even more damage. Let's see. The Geomancer, 3 block, 3 ward. So what we're looking at here is a maybe. This is a true maybe scenario. I think we can do it. There are just some characters that I can't. That's the Oracle. If she's involved, that's a nope. If the Flamethrower is involved, that's a nope. I can work through the hammer, but it's a slow process. So I think we do it. Again, the only real threat here is the Berserker. Let's see what there is to see. Ooh. You are mighty fast. Mighty fast indeed. So what does this do? Loses 12 luck and gains attack and dread till the end of battle. Kind of like my luck. Alright, let's see what happens, shall we? Now, thankfully, we aren't... The one good thing about the Alchemist here, that actually doesn't do much damage to me, is with no Alchemist here, I get to keep my armor and resistance. And they cannot get more block and ward. So our concern here really is just the marksman, who I can do that to. We can, of course, eliminate the Geomancers. Ooh, you came forward. I don't know why. Eliminate the Geomancer's block and ward with our Wrath abilities, but I need to be counter-striking. That was his 20% chance to stun. I'm surprised he used it on a single target. That's a group ability. Oh no. That was unideal. But this should hit for a lot.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
Then you're gonna shoot me, and I'm gonna hit you back. I'm taking a lot of damage here. I think I have to kill the Berserker. I don't think I have a choice. That was a good heal, though. Okay. Next turn, I might have to kill the marksman with the same method. Finger of Death here would be really good, but I have no real way to recover my mana. I'm just debuff. Reduce accuracy, so I'm at exactly 100%. I can kill the marksman. It can be done. I guess I'll enter the stance then. I need mail. Spoken like a true Dawi.
This will be your end.
He's hopeless. Nice. That's a good one. That removes all of his defenses. And now his block is gone. And kill the marksman. Beautiful. Okay, we did it. The Yolo Solo Dhampir strikes again. Hit me. Hit me. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Last episode I was thinking about a Darkest Dungeon quote that I couldn't remember, and that was one of them. He has a lot of great quotes of when you kill something with blight or bleed. That was one of them. The other one is... There are a few more. I actually have them right here. So when you kill an enemy with death, blight or bleed, a death by inches. Of course, I can never do him justice. Great is weapon that cuts on its own. Diabolical laughter. Slowly, gently. That is how a life is taken. I do like that one. And I think the last one that is on the wiki here is the slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. I'm going to build the second arena, I think. I've always neglected the Abode of Wrath. I have never not neglected it. I feel a little bad about that. I'm not going to lie. I do feel a little bad about neglecting it.
You are so wonderfully rotten.
So wonderfully rotten. Our Banshee is rank 9. Hello, my dear. I guess we're going with our buff now, right? We were debating if we're going to be using our... If we're going to continue using our hybrid idea with the Unfrozen, or do we go with Deafening Wail instead, which will increase both attack and dread by 14. This will benefit the Unfrozen, perhaps the Dark Knight, if he is swinging his sword, which he probably isn't. It will be of no assistance to the Shade. I guess it increases the Shade's counterattack if he's in his stance, or if an enemy hits him and misses. Or just the missing bit, not the stance bit. Okay. For the future of our hybrid build, we'll pick that. And more evasion. Oh, we can do this more times. We can do this 4 more times. 4. 4 times 4 is 16. That's a lot of evasion. That's a lot of evasion. Hello. You've leveled up. Good job. Not once have we pressed this trap button, so we're going to select the one that gives us more evasion. Because I really don't intend on pressing it. Ever. I kind of want more vigor, honestly. More attack can equal more healing? Sure. I do want to increase the attack, because right now we have to actually wait quite a few turns of taking damage to increase our attack enough to really significantly heal. The shorter we can make that, the better. But we do also want to keep upping our defenses because I'm scared. We could also include the Vampire Fangs here. It would obviously have to go over the Medal of Betrayal. What's a thought? Ooh. Set enemies on fire for 2 turns when minion uses ability. Dealing 4 damage with AoE, dealing 10 damage with single target. Do we just give this to the Unfrozen? I was going to give him the Sadist Hand for 10% more damage. But how do you feel about setting people on fire? Eh? There is a thing, such as Frozen Burn? Frost Burn? Where basically you encounter something so cold that it mimics the effects of your skin being burned. It's just, obviously not with fire, it's with ice. Ice, ice, baby. Put the Wraith in there for now. He'll be useful eventually, don't worry. A quest. I hate quests. Ooh. How do the dwarves eat underground? The answer is mushrooms. Dwarves long ago learned the secret of their cultivation, and it is key to their underground life. They are used for alchemy, medicine, beer, and regular meals. You had always thought it a miserable way to live, which is why liberating the dwarves of their chief food source, well, you'd be doing them a favor. They won't need to eat once they are dead anyway. As your army stands on the edge of the local dwarf and fungal farms, you order the attack. Now, I've had this quest before, but I don't remember what I did or what it did. So we can reduce medicinal mushrooms or destroy food mushrooms. Destroy their medicine or destroy their food supply. I don't actually know. It has to be food. I think I destroyed medicine last time. Does destroying their food reduce overall vigor? This is like an event, more so than a quest. We'll do food. Oh. It tells me. Thank you. That's nice. So destroying the medicinal mushrooms makes them easier to kill. I'm assuming that's reduced vigor. And destroying their food supply shakes their sanity. Well, we aren't trying to reduce their sanity for the shade anyway. I mean, the Yolo Solo Fallen Dhampir is here to kill them. But let's destroy the food mushrooms. As your undead destroy the last of the mushroom farms, you know that the dwarves have already escaped with their medical supplies. You also know that hunger can drive even the bravest mortal to beg and grovel. In battle, all enemies lose 20% sanity. This could come to haunt me, actually, now that I think about it. Because, will this count towards Berserker's bonus damage? I don't know. But it looks like we're not going to find out. There is our first Oracle. It is no longer time for the Yolo Solo Fallen Dhampir. It's time for our friends to take up their sword once more. So, I mean, we could... Our options are thus. If we want to hit 2 more cultists, which would be for the Heart of Emptiness and the Ghoul thing or the Skeleton thing, whichever we feel like doing, we can go to the right, which looks troubling. Or we can go to the left, which will give us an item immediately. 2 Fountains of Restoration. That's pretty generous, don't you think? Elite Battle, Steel, more fountains.
Having an enchanted map like this is pretty handy.
I've actually never heard that one before. Yeah, enchanted maps are pretty handy, Iratus. Pretty handy, indeed. Another quest, another steel, cultist, battle, fountain, boss. I'm glad that we have a fountain before the boss, no matter which way we go here. Actually, how are we going to kill the boss? Oh, I hadn't thought about that until just now. We'll come up with something. Well... Huh. There's a bunch of sacrifice over here. Chests, souls. Let's go to the right. This is more of a detour. Let's get some more free levels, shall we? So we're going to fight our first Oracle. We can take this group in, and I can show you what is what. We do have 2 talent points, but I kind of skipped over that. So the Oracle is the support spellcaster for the Dawi, and I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I highly recommend that if you are fighting her, you have some way to remove buffs or to shut her up, or both. Oh, this is awkward. You went before the shade. The reason for that, ew, that hurt, is because she will apply mark to a target, and a mark is what kills people. I'm pretty sure, does she have the guaranteed crit mark or the double damage mark? I don't remember. It's not a good mark. I'll say that. It's a bad one. Oh no! Alright, there it is. What do we got? Doom. It is the double damage mark. Doom upon all the world. Well, we can't be having this. No double damage for you. Ooh. Betrayal. I still remember very vividly in the second expansion for World of Warcraft. I don't remember how... Was it 2007? It was a while ago. There's a character called Illidan the Betrayer, and as you are helping people throw him, kill him, Akuma, someone that you're helping, goes... Or Akama, excuse me. Akuma is devil in Japanese. I don't know why that came out. Demon, whatever. Akama... At the very end, he's like, the betrayer will soon become the betrayed. Oh, good evasion. Is that all remaining strength? Okay. Well, you evaded one of them. I guess that's all that counts. So this should kill him next turn, right? He should be dead. If I mathed correctly, he is a dead lad. That's the whole betrayed thing reminded me of. Off topic, but... Do we think... Ba-bum.
One more for the stockpiles.
Yes, I do think. I think that we've won. Not bad, all things considered. I think...
I didn't think it would be this easy.
I do think that the... Do you also have all remaining strength? Wow. By the way, she escapes if she's the last remaining squad member, so, let's not have that, shall we?
A predictable outcome.
I do think that the second slipper is helping us out a lot. Minions and enemies gain plus 20 accuracy. That sounds terrible. Like, I'm sure it's good for some things, but when our Banshee is trying to survive purely on dodging attacks, it sounds terrible. Awful. Don't like it. Get it out of here. Shoo. Skedaddle. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, I'm done. So, we could go for gray matter. Increasing brains does two things for us. One, it allows us to play around with more creations. With more brains, we can just throw in more things to the battlefield and they won't get immediately rolled over by the high-level stuff that we're fighting. Two, brains can be used in distillation and calcination, to either restore vigor to our minions or restore mana to Iratus. So if we have a lot of excess brains, we can do that freely without throwing away any parts. Do we begin gambling anytime soon? What are our gambling? If we wanted to say dust, sure. What are we looking at with our gambling chances? Not good. Back in my day, back in the earlier versions beta, one of these, I don't remember which one it was. Was it the... I don't remember. One of these actually just took parts, two parts. So, for example, if you put 2 bones in it, you would then get a higher quality bone. So you could just upgrade single things, but now they've kind of merged that into the transmutation of parts. You just have to gamble your way into getting better pieces, which I liked the security of the other system, but this is way more fun. It's way more fun. It's way more entertaining. Anyway, back to talents. So we might, honestly, I guess we'll pick it up. We might as well, right? We're close. We'll get gray matter, then we'll leave alchemy alone for a while. Then I think we beeline for the Finger of Death, for reasons I've mentioned before. It's good. Do you need another reason? It really helps out on some mobs, and I imagine that once we reach the 4th and 5th floor, we will thank our lucky stars that we have access to the Finger of Death. So, that is my plan. I think it's a decent plan. We can even get rid of some of the stuff.
Embellishes my undead features. No?
We actually don't need our enemies to face a sanity check. The reason you would want this is... This would help the vampire. is one reason. The vampire would like it. If everyone went insane. I don't think this is going to help us at all. Because I'm pretty sure every enemy we fight is just going to die. So, that does literally nothing for us.
Through transformation, the will becomes free.
Dark Enlightenment actually could be really good. This might allow us to just chain CC stuff. I just see all the things that I want. I want Dark Alignment. I want Necromancy Power. But I still think it's the correct option to dash for the Finger of Death. I think that's correct. I don't know, but I think. I like my extra HP as well. So here, we definitely have to go for the Heart of Emptiness, right? Yep. Alright. Heart of Emptiness here, and then we'll pick up the item for the Ghoul, or the Skeleton, whichever we so desire. Shall we bring back Skeletor? Feller of Titans. He would be, what, third of his name now? What are we even looking at? Dwarven Berserker, Elite Dwarven Warrior, Elite Dwarven Oracle, Elite Dwarven Geomancer. That's freaking annoying. Remember when I said later on, Finger of Death is gonna save us? Finger of Death would be really good here. But that, alas, we do not possess. But we'll have to fight out this battle of attrition next time. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. We got to see some primetime Yolo Solo Fallen Dhampir gameplay. She is hanging out in the arena with the Wraith, gathering their strength for the day when they will be useful again. Which is probably going to be soon, honestly.
The skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Bye-bye.